I know I am guilty of this, but don't we always ask God for something? Aren't we so used to getting something from God? You know? Aren't we so used to always receiving? And even when we do receive, sometimes we forget to thank Him. I know I'm guilty of this. I've received loving parents, a loving partner, great opportunities, but do I thank Him as much as I should? I want to be a bit vulnerable now and just put forth my experiences so that I can be a little bit more relatable to you, but I don't feel like I thank God enough. That's why I'm making this video, because I know I'm no one special. I know I sin, I know I always regress, I know I'm not perfect, but something that I know for a fact is that God is perfect. Jesus came down and He sacrificed His life for us, so we should be committed to always being thankful. We should be committed to always giving Him the praise, because as much as we can give, it'll never ever amount to the sacrifice that He made for us, that He did for us on the cross. Now, you may not know it, or it may take you some time to realize this, but you are currently living in a prayer that you used to pray for. I know that when I was very, very young, I used to pray for a car. I used to be like, hey, I want this and this car. And even though I haven't received the car that I want yet, I do have a vehicle that I can move around with. And I remember when I got that vehicle, I didn't thank God for it. I was just so excited that I finally had a car. Aren't we so focused on what we get and what we want that when we receive it, it's just like, oh, I've been wanting this for so long. It's about time I receive it. And isn't that like just a bit selfish of us? That when we finally get what we asked for, it may have taken weeks, it may have taken months, it may have taken years for God to answer your prayer, but He has answered it. He's answered one of them. You may not even remember what those prayers are, but you are currently living in one of them. And I just want to bring a message of gratitude. It says here in James chapter 1, James chapter 1 verse 12. It says in James chapter 1 verse 16, don't be deceived, my dear brothers and sisters. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. Now, Jesus, one thing that we know is that Jesus will never change. God is a God who stays true to His promise. Apologies, this video is all over the place. The rain just started absolutely pouring right now. I'm pretty sure you can see. But I really wanted to finish this message. So, God does not change. Like we just read in the Word, God doesn't change. He's not like shifting shadows that changes. So in my mind, the main message that I want to bring across in this video is that God does not change. So my question is, if God has done it for you once, if He has blessed you once, if He has answered your prayers once, what makes you think that He won't do it again? And what makes us think that God won't come to our rescue on time like He always is? I know for me, there was one day where I was working. I was selling my perfumes in this one store, and I had gone weeks and weeks and weeks without making a sale. Like, I was absolutely down in the dumps. And that day, I truly and honestly, I felt like giving up. I felt like this is a waste of time. I should just focus on school and focus on other things. Like, I shouldn't be running a business while I'm in school. Like, what am I doing? But then God came through for me at the right time. This whole day, I'd wake up, go to work, spend 8-9 hours at the shop. People would smile at, they would come in and they would just say no. And every single day I would ask God, I would pray to Him for a sale. And at this point in my career, in my business, he's always come through for me. He's always made sure that I have a sale. But there was this one day where I was just feeling so bad and so down. Everyone that I let smell my perfume didn't buy it. And I was just so fixated on the sale. I was so fixated on the money coming in that I just felt absolutely shattered by it. And then I go through the entire day, nothing happens. And then as I'm about to knock off, I'm in this state of despair. I'm down in the dumps, man. Like, I'm finished. I really feel like giving up. And then I pray, and then it makes me feel a little better, but I'm still down. And then out of nowhere, God comes through, and an old friend of mine that I sold to last year, well, it's 2025, like 2 years ago when the brand first started, I sold to her. Well, not 2 years ago. I've only been around for like a year and a bit. But in the beginning of last year, I sold to her, and then she hits me back up, and she's like, she wants 2. And then after that, like, I really felt like I don't deserve God after that, because I doubted him. I doubted that he would come through for me again. I doubted that he would answer my prayers again like he did. That's why I'm trying to just explain to you now that you are living in an answered prayer right now. You just need to be thankful, and you just need to have faith that God will continue to answer your prayers. God will continue to be on time. Just like it said in James, like I read, God doesn't change. God is not like shifting shadows. He is the same God yesterday, he's the same God today, and he is the same God tomorrow. He will not change. And I just need you to internalize that. And I need you to be intentional when asking him for things. Be grateful for the things that he has already given you. Because our God is a gracious God. He is a merciful God. He knows the deepest desires of our hearts, and he knows exactly what we want. But we just get so caught up in life and the hustle and the bustle that we don't realize that sometimes God is answering our prayers as we speak. God is making a road for us. He's making a path for us to go on. We just need to be grateful, and we just need to be appreciative of all the things that he has already done, and we need to thank him for the things that he will do, like he's already done them. And that will put the biggest smile on God's face, because we are acknowledging everything that he is, everything that he has already done for us. And I promise you, he'll bless you even more. It may not be with finances, it may not be with materials, it may not be tomorrow or next week or next month or next year, but at some point you will see a shift. You will see how God moves in your life. You just need to keep on obeying, keep on trusting him, keep on being grateful, keep on being thankful, because he has already provided so much for us. He's just waiting for us to see it. Sometimes I complain that I can't hear God. I complain that I need the spirit of discernment, but oftentimes God is speaking to you. You're just so focused on other things that you can't hear his voice. That's why sometimes we need to go into our inner room. We need to go into our quiet place and seek him out. And the more we seek God out, the more we spend time with him, the easier it'll be to hear him. I know right now I'm in that process. I'm currently fasting. It's my second day of fasting. I think it's about like 4 or 6 now. I haven't eaten in almost 2 days. It's going to be 24 hours. It's going to be 48 hours soon. And I'm struggling. But I know that on the other side of the sacrifice is a deeper connection with God. And that is all I want you to get out of this. That is all I want you to get out of knowing that Christ is your Savior. He is your Redeemer. He will always be there for you. If he has answered your prayers once, he will do it again. And I promise you that God knows what you want. He knows when you want it, and he knows when you need it. So keep on obeying, keep on trusting him, and be thankful for what you have currently, because it can be taken away like this. And God will bless you like this as well. He can move mountains in seconds. That's something that I've learned recently as well. Like, God is an amazing God, and we just need to trust him. We just need to have faith in him, and we just need to know that he will provide for us at the right time. God bless.